This is Southern Cross News with Joe Palmer.
Tasmanians have had their eyes glued to the game in bars and backyards right across the state. The excitement was enough to stir up one high-flying dog with a leap to rival the best ruckman.
It's hard to steal the show on grand final day unless you're the best red heeler ruck dog pulling out the party tricks.
I spent a couple of years trying to teach my dog a few little things.
But by the first bounce, the pooch was benched and the barbie fired up. This was just one group glued to the telly. There were plenty more right across the state.
It starts this summer, I think, AFL Grand Final Day.
Krusty's Bakery in Burnie gave fans the chance to eat their club colours. One for the born and bred believers. Others flocked to big screens to cheer on their team.
Being a West Australian, had to go for the Eagles, being the first West Australian team. Go the Pies, it would mean everything to me. Fingers crossed.
Fans might not always see eye to eye, but they all agree this game had tenacious tension right till the end. Tom Johnson, Southern Cross News.
And with no doubt thousands of Tasmanians celebrating or commiserating tonight, police are beefing up their presence at entertainment precincts across the state. Our reporter Louise Hedger joins us from Salamanca. Lou, how are the police preparing for the festivities tonight?
Joe, police are already on foot patrol here at Salamanca and at other entertainment precincts across the state. They're cracking down on drunk and disorderly behaviour, which they say won't be tolerated and will be at these hotspots throughout the evening to tomorrow morning. They've put on lots of extra resources this grand final weekend, including random breath testing. They'll be focusing on drink and drug driving. That breath testing will be ramped up in cities as well as country roads and will carry on until tomorrow, so people are advised to be totally sober before getting behind the wheel. Joe, the main message from police is that they do want people to have fun, but to stay safe and to look after their mates.
Yeah, always. Thanks so much for that, Lou. Louise Hedger joining us there from Salamanca. Tributes have been placed at the scene of a fatal crash in Hobart's CBD yesterday. Flowers appearing on Davey Street, where a 61-year-old man was struck by a passing car as he tried to get into his vehicle. His wife was in the driver's side and saw the incident unfold. Police interviewed a 37-year-old woman from Swansea who was driving the other vehicle and say drugs, speed or alcohol were not contributing factors to the crash. Tourism and hospitality businesses across the state are ramping up for the busy summer season and are seeking more staff. But for job seekers in regional Tasmania, transport is a major hurdle. But a new pilot program is hoping to solve that.
A bus arrives at Mount Field this morning. Prospective workers on board travelling from New Norfolk.
Very handy, given that someone that doesn't have their licence yet. It's very handy to come out here and get some work.
This transport pilot program has been set up in the Derwent Valley and Sorell areas, helping to connect young people with employment opportunities.
In regional areas of Tasmania, public transport can be quite limited, and so that's where the Area Connect service is able to connect people with employment and also connect people to the existing transport that's there.
They're at the Waterfalls Cafe and Gallery for a day of training, getting them ready for potential job opportunities. Shift times have also been set up to work with the bus schedule.
Without the bus, there's a lot of people who wouldn't be able to work with us. Just outright, it wouldn't happen because it relies on parents having to drive, and that's a half-hour drive from New Norfolk to here and another half-hour back.
The Hospitality Association running its Great Customer Experience program, which comes into regional businesses to help skill up workers.
So we have 5 contractors that go around to venues such as this that wouldn't be able to afford to get trainers to come in. We deal with business issues and we deal with what we can do to assist the venues to be better at what they do.
As well as getting young people into employment, these programs are also helping regional businesses ramp up for the peak visitor season. Here, this cafe's workforce more than doubles in the lead up to summer.
I've got about 7, I think, on the bus, coming on the bus, but we're going to be training about 20 new staff today, which is astronomical, but we are looking ahead to a really busy season.
It's a nice area and I really like the people and the community, so it would be good to stay around here if the job market allows it.
A transport lifeline that's already having an impact. Michael BREEN, Southern Cross News.
Construction of a state-of-the-art performance centre in Hobart is well underway, with workers expected to finish the $96 million project late next year. A small part of the Theatre Royal is also undergoing a makeover in what's tipped to be a major boost for Tasmanian performers and art connoisseurs.
It's the home of many memories for performers and audiences, and soon Hobart's Theatre Royal and the site it's on will be bigger and better.
It's been a contemporary theatre for 181 years, and what we're doing next door is just the next bit.
The new cultural hub, called the HEDGER, will be the university's new conservatorium of music. Construction underway for 4 performing venues and amenities to support Tasmania's thriving arts sector.
So there'll be foyers, elevators, bars, cloakroom, many more, loos and, all of the things that perhaps this beautiful theatre hall doesn't have.
The $96 million project will include a glass walkway connecting the new development to the theatre. This sandstone wall will stay as a feature.
None of the flavour and character of this will change at all, and inside the auditorium won't be touched in any way other than to reconfigure some seating and bits and pieces.
Tim MUNRO says the new institution will create opportunities for those in the creative and performing arts, especially for locals.
A most important strand is that local people, Tasmanians here, can tell our stories. These are our campfires, if you like.
The HEDGER is expected to be completed by later next year, while the theatre will reopen in April. Tickets will soon be available for next season's curtain rise. Louise, HEDGER, Southern Cross News.
The Australian Junior Motocross Championships are about to roar into life in Penguin. The final rider registrations were processed today for the 7-day championships, which begin tomorrow. Entry is free for the event, which was last hosted in Penguin in 2004. And to end tonight's sport, we bring you an Aussie cyclist's incredible journey from the top of the country to the bottom. Mick CHAPMAN rolled into Hobart today, capping off a mammoth 4,500 kilometre ride for a good cause. The green fields of Tasmania have an added layer of beauty for Mick CHAPMAN. They're the finish line to 30 taxing days on the bike.
It is the biggest leg, so 277 from Devonport to Hobart today.
And that's just a drop in the ocean. CHAPMAN started his ride from the very top of the country at Cape York. He made his way down through Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria before hopping across to Tassie. A total of 4,500 kilometres. And the reason for riding? To promote a free, potentially life-saving phone app, which tells you where to find your nearest defibrillator in an emergency.
You never know when it's going to happen, so if someone's going to go down and have a cardiac arrest, you want to know where your closest defib is.
For the most part, his bike and body have remained in good shape.
Only been wet one day, and then had 4 punches so far, which over 4,000 Ks isn't too bad. Last one was a few Ks ago, but we won't say anything about that.
A small price to pay to spread his message.
Success rates of CPR are around 7%, and with a defib it's about 40%, so it greatly increases the chance of survival.
Welcome back. It was a partly cloudy 13 in Melbourne today for the AFL Grand Final, but here in Tasmania we saw showers in the west and south of the state. Launceston reached a top of 16 degrees, it was 15 in Burnie and Devonport, and a top of 14 in Hobart. 17 was the state's high recorded at Friendly Beaches, St Helens 16, Smithton and Ouse 14 degrees, Low Head, Grove, Strawn and the Islands all 13, and after the state's low of -4 overnight it reached 8 degrees at Lyowini. To the skies, and scattered clouds sat over most of the state, with broken low convective cloud in the west, as well as over parts of New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, all associated with the cool air mass behind a cold front in the Tasman. Tomorrow a high over Victoria extends ridges over central and eastern Australia. On the coast, westerly winds reaching 20 to 30 knots in the south, but lighter and more variable in the east, swells to 4 metres in the west and south. And there is a strong wind warning between Tasman Island and Low Rocky Point. Now let's take a closer look around the state tomorrow. Hobart partly cloudy, 19 degrees the top. The same for Richmond. Ouse partly cloudy and 18. Mostly sunny in the north, a top of 20 for Launceston. Devonport and Deloraine both 18 degrees. Burnie partly cloudy, 17. 15 the top for Strawn and Curry. A sunny day for St Helens, 19 degrees, Swansea sunny, 20 the top, Whitemark 16. Now looking ahead to next week, Monday fine apart from showers about the southwest, Tuesday possible showers about the south and west, but mainly fine elsewhere, and more showers on Wednesday, most likely about the southwest and northeast of the state. And taking a look at the bigger picture for tomorrow, showers for Perth and Brisbane, Sydney partly cloudy and 19, Adelaide sunny, 21 the top there, and partly cloudy, 17 for Melbourne.
That's all from the team for now. Have a great evening. Good night.